behind closed doors. I'm a fool for your love.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony and welcome back to the Anthony James Show here on Sports Fan Entertainment. Last week I did well again. I went 12-4. I'll take it. I went 12-2 the week before. I'm feeling pretty good with my picks, thus I feel pretty good with my power rankings. But like always, tell me your opinions in the comments below. Let's get to it though. Top 3 stayed the same. Do you know why? These teams won yet again. Cowboys at 1, Patriots at 2, and Raiders at 3. When we're talking about the top teams in the NFL, these 3 are definitely some of the top teams right now. They probably are the top 3. I assume, I haven't looked at power rankings this week, but I assume that most people probably have these 3 in the first spot in some order similar to mine. They are really good. We'll see how they do come playoff times, but right now they're doing well. Next, the Giants, they move up 2 spots to 4. I'm telling you, if they were in any other division, we'd be talking about the Giants more. But they're stuck behind the Cowboys. They're actually a really good team. They only have 3 losses this year, and they're the one team to beat the Cowboys this year. Giants are doing very well. We'll see how they do as they continue on through the season. But I, for one, am happy with how the Giants are doing. Definitely a playoff threat. Also moving up 2 spots, the Chiefs. Congratulations. You won in the final seconds. That was a tough game. I hated seeing you guys win, but congratulations regardless. You did a very good job. I was hoping the Broncos would win. But like I said, you guys did a good job. That was a huge game for you guys because at this point, the Broncos have an uphill battle if they want to win the division. You're definitely still in it. You beat the Raiders already this season. It's going to be an interesting finish too. Probably the best teams in the league in one division, the AFC West. I'd say the NFC East has the best depth because I think all 4 teams are pretty good. AFC West, Chargers are okay, but they're not that good. The other 3 teams are really good, and frankly, they're all Super Bowl contenders. They're doing well. After that, we see the Seahawks move down 2 spots. You lost. I predicted you would lose, but you lost. Oh well, I think you'll still be a Super Bowl contender, especially come playoffs. You have probably the teams going to the playoffs in the NFC this year. You're going to have the most experience, so take advantage of it. You should be able to go back to the Super Bowl. I projected you guys to win the Super Bowl coming into the season, so I hope I can keep that, unless the Vikings, of course. I'd love for the Vikings to do it, but the Vikings don't. At least I can hope my prediction does happen. So you move down to, I wouldn't worry too much. Buccaneers have been doing well, but still, we got a decent amount of the season left to go. You shouldn't lose your division. Cardinals are doing terrible this year, and they're your only threat. After them, the Broncos, they also moved down 2 spots to 7. Tough loss, really tough loss. Frankly, I don't blame Kubiak for going for it. I mean, you're not playing a game to tie. He went for it. Brandon McManus is a really good kicker. You're in Denver. Matt Prater's made a 64-yarder there. He's made a 63-yarder there. So 62 I don't think was asking too much. He had the length. It was just the accuracy that was the problem. Oh well, you lost in a close game, but you did lose, so you have to move down 2 spots. Next, the Atlanta Falcons. You guys stay the same at 8. I know you're going to hate me that I didn't move you guys. And it's not because I don't think you're a good team. That's not why. The reason is I just couldn't move you up. Maybe I could have moved you in front of the Broncos. I didn't want to, though. Oh, well, if the Broncos lose again and you guys win, I'll move you above them. But for now, we'll see how they do. I'm still have my doubts with this team. But like I said, we'll see how they do. After them, we have the Detroit Lions. I only moved them up a spot. I'm sorry, Lion fans. I wanted to move you up more, but look at the teams in front of you right now. It was hard to move you up. I wanted to move you in front of the Falcons, but I wasn't going to knock the Falcons down after they won. You won a very important matchup against the Vikings. At this point, it is your path to win the division. Unless you stumble at the end, you should be winning the NFC North for the first time ever. Congratulations on that. Next, after them finishing the top 10, the Dolphins make their first appearance in my power rankings in the top 10, doing really well. That game against the 49ers was closer than it should have been, but guess what? A win's a win. Congratulations there. You're doing really well. Believe it or not, the Patriots don't have the division locked up at this point. You guys could sneak in. I don't know if it'll happen or not. I projected you guys to do it like the last 2 years, so of course the year I'm not projecting you guys to do well, you're finally doing something. Regardless, congratulations, Miami. Next up, move the Redskins down 2 slots. You lost to the team that only has 1 loss this season. You did have to move down, but I wasn't going to move you down too much. Still should be a good team here in the Redskins. Next, the Ravens. Move them up 1 spot. You guys won. You were smart with your win, and you won. Congratulations. We'll see how you do as the season progresses. Also moving up, we have the Steelers moving up 1 spot. You beat the Colts. Granted, there's no Andrew Luck, but you beat the Colts. This is your only way you get into the playoffs. You have to win the division. We'll see how you guys do as the season goes on. Next, the Buccaneers move up 5 spots again. I'm telling you guys, I will keep saying it. Buccaneers are not out of the division, and I think they have the ability to come back and win it. Buccaneers are a good team. Give them credit. Are they contenders? No. But this is a team that could win the division and go 0-1 or 1-1 in the playoffs. And frankly, with a second-year quarterback, I will take that. So good job there. Next up, the Minnesota Vikings. Move them down 4 spots. I would have moved them more, but there's a lot of teams that lost here. And frankly, I didn't want to move up a lot of teams. Vikings are looking poor. Of course, what are the odds that a team that's already have plenty of injuries this year has their head coach injured? And that there's a good chance, at least as of the time I'm filming this, 10:30 on Wednesday night, that Mike Zimmer will not be coaching against the Cowboys, the toughest team in the league. What are the odds that happens? He's having eye surgery, emergency eye surgery at that. I mean, congratulations, Pat Schumacher. I tweeted about this, but hey, this guy went from a month ago being a tight ends coach to probably being the head coach, even if it's for 1 week. What a progression he's had. Congratulations there. But you lost. The Vikings shouldn't have lost, and they lost. As a Vikings fan, that kills me. That kills me. You're killing me, Vikings. Next, to finish out the top half, the Houston Texans moved down 1 spot. Frankly, I probably could have dropped you more. I didn't, but that's mainly just because you're in first in your division right now, which I don't think will last. But oh boy, Texans. Whew. I told you before, when you signed Brock Osweiler, that was a bad move. But no, why would you want to draft Paxton Lynch? No, instead, let's draft Will Fuller and Braxton Miller. Let's get 2 wide receivers early on in the draft, not spend a first rounder on a quarterback, and pick up a quarterback in free agency, sign him to a contract worth over $70 million. That's obviously not worked out, and that's why the Texans are consistently not a playoff contender. Next, the Bills move up 3 slots. They're in an interesting position. They're number 17 in my rankings. It's going to be a tough year. This is a Bills team that maybe if in the NFC could be a contender to make the playoffs, but I don't think they will. They have a lot of teams in front of them, including the Dolphins, the Broncos, the Chiefs. They have some tough teams that they have to go in front of. I think it's a lost cause at this point, unfortunately. Sorry, Bills fans. Next, the Colts move them down 1 slot. I didn't knock you too much, even though it wasn't a close game at all. You didn't have Andrew Luck. That definitely hurt. We'll see how you guys do as the season progresses. As I said at the start of the season, and I still say now, I think you can win the division. Next up, the Titans move up 2 slots. We'll see how you guys do. You're surprising me. You're doing better than I thought. You're definitely still in it for the division. I don't think you'll win it, but hey, the fact that you're still in it says a lot. You should have beat the Colts once, then we'd really be talking about you guys winning the division. But regardless, this is a good season, a good second season. Bad thing is you'll probably keep Mike Mularkey because of it, but at least there's progression. You got to be happy about that, especially after picking in the top 2 the last 2, well, at least having a pick in the top 2 the last 2 years. Next up, at number 20, the Packers moved them up 2 slots. They won. Okay, let's not overreact. Let's not say they're going to the playoffs. They're winning the division. We'll take it a week at a time. They won here. Their playoff hopes aren't dead, but they have an uphill battle, especially if they're hoping to win the division, because I think that's their only way they make the playoffs, and they are still behind by 2 games against the Lions. Uphill battle, to say the least, about the Packers. Next, the Eagles move them down 5. This is one of those where it unfortunately went that way. You just kept moving. You did lose to the Packers. Now you're below the Packers. I wouldn't freak out too much. However, you're already in a tough division. At this point, the Eagles are going to have to win out, maybe lose 1 game to have hopes of making the playoffs. they have an uphill battle for them. Next, the Chargers. You won, so I moved you up a spot. But hey, I mean, this has been where you are this season. I wanted to move you higher than like 22. I've wanted to move you higher than the 20s. I just haven't had a reason. It's an okay season, better than last year, but still, you have to be disappointed, I'd say. I don't know. Part of it's just the division you're in, but you did beat the Broncos, so regardless, this is a decent team. If you could close games, we'd be talking so much different about this team. Next, the Saints move you up 3 spots. You're 23. You're doing better than I thought, especially at the beginning of the year. Panthers are out. You're not out. You still have a shot at the division, so congratulations there. We'll see how it goes as the season goes on, but if you can play like you did against the Rams, then you have a shot. I will give you that. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. You moved down 6 slots, only team to move more than 5 spots this week. I mean, we only had 3 teams move 5 or more spots. Buccaneers Buccaneers were the only positive team, unfortunately. But Cardinals, you're bad. You are bad. A year ago, you would have beat this Falcons team, no problem. This year, you struggled, and you struggled bad. This team's done. This team's been done. This is just another nail in that coffin. What a poor season for the Arizona Cardinals. Age has become a factor. I didn't think Palmer could do as well as he did last year. Because here's the thing. Last year, I projected the Cardinals going to the Super Bowl. I think I even had them winning it. But this year, I didn't have them even winning their division. I had them as a wild card team because I didn't think that Palmer would do as well as he did last year, and that's looked to be true thus far. Next, after them, another team that's fallen. The Bengals, you moved down a slot. Oh boy, you are doing poor, really poor. I expected you to at least be contenders for the playoffs. That was the nail in the coffin. You need to win against the Ravens. You didn't. Maybe if you win the rest of the season, you'll have a chance, and that's a big maybe at that. But, I'm surprised. After 5 straight playoff appearances, it looks like you're going to be done. Next, the Panthers move you down a slot. This was another bad loss. Just like with the Bengals, you're pretty much done now. You needed to win to have hopes of making it back to the playoffs. You didn't. It looks like for the first time, you won't be winning the playoffs or winning the division after winning your division the last 3 years. First team ever to do that in the NFC South. So congratulations on that, but looks like your time's come to an end. And then after that, we got 5 teams in the same spot. Rams at 27. Jets at 6 teams. We have 6 losers now. Rams at 27. Jets at 28. Bears at 29. Jaguars at 30. 49ers at 31. And Browns at 32. Good news is Bears and 49ers play this week, so we're finally going to see some change down here. But these teams suck. They suck. I was thinking about this. Yeah, the Browns haven't won a game this season, but if they did, they'd be tied with the 49ers. Like, they still might not get the number 1 seed, or number 1 pick, which is just crazy because they've sucked this year. But so have the 49ers. We've had a lot of bad teams this year. A lot of bad teams. Wow. Wow is all I can say. The future, I don't even know where to begin. They suck. They suck. They all have their own problems, and that's why they've done so bad. But anyway, these are my power rankings. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I always love to hear your opinions. If you're new to me, you can follow me on Twitter at AnthonyJamesTV. I'll be tweeting during the Vikings game, trust me, and if it's been as good as they have been lately, it won't be a fun night for me, but I'll be watching anyways. So look out for that. Also, if you enjoyed this video, look for more of my content on my channel, Anthony James TV. There'll be a link in the description. And besides all of that, I don't have too much else left to say except thank you all for watching. And until next time, this is Anthony. I'm out. See you all later.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.